So I have this really bad, okay, sorry, let me log in. So this is the second part of my navigating travel in space as a foreigner in China. So I wanted to talk about navigating the airport. And honestly, I was rushing through the end of my last video because my battery on my camera died. So I was like, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna charge it and I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna record it. And I'm thinking, like, I know me. And I'm just tired of being the old me. I wanna be the new me. And you know what? The new me is telling the old me that, girl, you know doggone well that you will not complete that video if you wait for your battery to charge and for you to get your stuff. So I have a little bit of battery left on my phone, so I'm gonna just record the second part, or the second video, for navigating the airport as I walk back to my apartment. So first of all, firstly, I would like to say that the check-in process is very similar to the check-in process in a U.S. airport. So you come with your ID. In the case of not being a citizen, you would bring your, my arm hurt already. You would bring your passport, and I don't know what the weight restrictions are, like what the common weight restrictions are, but the airline that I chose didn't have free like bag check-ins. So I chose to, instead of paying for my bag to get checked, it was a carry-on bag. So I just took my carry-on onto the flight with me. So I don't know what the weight restrictions are for that, but this is just for domestic traveling from one city to the next. So I traveled from Beijing to Dalian, and this, check-in ends 40 minutes before. So I think my apartment is pretty close. So check-in ends 40 minutes before your flight. So if you're not there within 40 minutes of your flight, you can't check in. I'm guessing that means you technically missed your flight, but that's what it said. Like I mentioned in the last video, printing out your confirmation just makes things a lot smoother. Luckily, I did have someone that spoke English when I was at the airport, and I assume that that is because at the airport there may be more English speakers than at the train station, but my experience at the airport was very great for the most part. And the whole people, it's the same thing with people will stare. Another thing that's similar is the whole people will stare at your non-Chinese-ness is very similar. But on my way back from Dalian, the difference was that I chose to wear this hairstyle because this is the hairstyle that I woke up and I was like, you know what, I want to wear 2 ponytails, I'm gonna do it. And I did, and it was a different response than when I wore my twists. It was a different response than when I wore my twists. When I wore my twists, it was people looking, but no one really, that was it. I caught a few people recording me, and before I actually checked into security, I was fine. But when I went through security, I kind of got a little frustrated and my energy went low. I meditated and I thought about it, why is this upsetting you? And it may be because, well, let me tell you what my experience was. My experience was that when I was going through security, the metal detector detected some metal on me, I guess. I don't know what it was, but it detected that I had some metal on me, so she had to search me. So she's searching me. She uses the swiper. She feels me up and down. She pats me down. But then after she pats me down, she gets through my entire body and she gets to my hair. So she touches my hair 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, and kind of patting on it. And I'm like, okay, cool. And she takes the metal detector, rubs it across my fro, rubs it across this fro, rubs it down my scalp, and I'm like, okay, cool. But then after she does that, she pats my shoulders, and then she goes back to my hair, and I'm like, I kind of moved my head, and at this point I was being patient the first few times because I do understand my hair is big. But now at this point, you've checked it with the metal detector. The whole reason why we're here is because the metal detector said that I had metal on me, so I do understand that you do need to check to see like what it is that went off on the metal detector. So I'm like, okay, I understand. But by that fourth time she started touching on my hair, I'm irritated. And that's anybody who, okay, you've touched my hair, you searched that area, you didn't, and then she goes, can I touch your hair? No, you've checked it. I said you checked it, and you've already put the metal detector on it, and it was nothing there. So no, you may not touch my hair anymore. And she was like, is this your hair? So are you doing your job? And that's what frustrated me when she asked me, so is this your hair? I just want to know, are you doing your job, or is this a natural hair podcast? Because if I'm getting an interview, I need to know, because I would have definitely come with some answers ready about my life story and what made me wear curly hair in life. So that was why I was a little upset. Like when you rubbed me down everywhere else, is this your booty real? Is your titties real? You didn't ask me if that was real, so why are you like feeling on my hair and asking me, is it real? Like, I just feel like personally, maybe just do what we're here to do. Make sure that everyone who I'm gonna be on the plane with is safe, and I understand that. So I was a little frustrated because of that, but I do understand my hair is fascinating. But for me, it was like a built-up aggression, and I'm just thinking in my head like on some Solange, don't touch my hair, cause it's the feelings. So yeah, I want to move past that because I was feeling really down, but I meditated on it and I'm fine now. I do understand it's magic. All of this is magic. Pay close attention to gate changes. So they changed the gate, and there were a lot of times where the gate got changed while I was there, because I kept hearing it on the announcements. They kept announcing. So be very careful, because I ended up not realizing that like my gate had been changed and was like the last person, and that was another weird thing. I'm walking past all these people, only black person on the flight, and I hate to say I'm not the only human on the flight, but it's just like, because I have this big hair, it's just like it's literally all eyes on me. And so they're like something to kind of keep in mind, which doesn't really matter. Safety is a bit different with the flights. So the seat belts, they tell you put on your seat belt, but as soon as as soon as you touch the ground, you hear everybody clicking their seat belts off, boom, boom, boom. So as soon as we stopped, everybody got up, started getting their stuff, but then we ended up switching gates. So now we've switched gates, and I'm standing up thinking like, okay, next thing I know, the plane is moving while I'm standing on it, and that's just so different, because in the U.S. they don't even let you get up until they have cleared, and let us know that this is where we're actually going to be. So I'm literally standing up on a plane while it's moving. So safety is a little bit different, or specifically for the airline that I flew. And I assumed that Bluetooth headphones are not allowed, because I had these on and she told me I had to turn them off and put them away, and I said, okay, you must. So when you're going through security, you can't you have to separate your external batteries during the security check. So make sure you pull out any external batteries that you have for charging your phone, charging your headphones, whatever you use. And I just want to say, I was going through the airport, had this hairstyle, people were recording me, and it was this one lady that really got to me, because she literally sat in front of me and just started recording me. And for me, I just feel like, as a human, if you're gonna record me, regardless of what I'm doing, I could be recording myself, but I just think if you're going to record me with the intentions on kind of putting me out there as the key subject to whatever it is that you're using it for, just at least ask, or pretend because people who don't speak English have walked up to me and said, can I record you, or can I take a picture with you? And I kind of knew what they were saying, because they would point to their phone, point to their camera, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. But it's harder for me to tolerate when I'm not even human enough for you to see that you can ask me. But my last point is, just don't forget to breathe. I am a retiring hothead. My old me is a hothead, and I get very frustrated and frazzled by things. And I'm retiring from that me, and I'm trying to let it go slowly. So like I said, each time someone kind of upset me, I just stopped. I took a breath. I literally have a meditation app called Insight Timer, which was given to me by someone that's close to me. She told me to use it for meditation, and it literally came in handy throughout the process of me trying to understand I understand there's a lot of fascination, and my aunt told me they're not used to seeing black beauty, and I'm like, I know, auntie, that might be it, but I still don't know my feelings, and I'm growing. So hopefully one day things like this don't upset me, but it's a growing process, and thank you for joining me in it.